So if you've been involved in the stock market for a while, then you know it takes a good understanding of not only the markets, but human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about work, family, school, and all the other responsibilities we have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be very challenging. So in this video, I'm going to break down some of the tips and strategies to help you find the next big move no matter what season of life you're in. Coming right up.
Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes.
So let's start the week off with a review of the S&P 500. The orange bar was last week, Friday's close. You can see the very next day we gap up. That gap up was critical, and I don't mean the gap, but where it closed that day. We had this overall bullish uptrend taking place in there. We got back inside of that uptrend. We broke above the top of the previous rectangle we had put in place. Critical bar. We pushed up near the 2,800 level on Tuesday, and we got back down right near the support, right near the 618. On Tuesday in our Power Options Plays video, we talked about the pullback being necessary to get back down towards that diagonal uptrend, towards that 618, towards that pink moving average, the 8-period EMA. We came down to those levels, we closed, we bounced the next day on Thursday, and then Friday finished up even higher, slightly, but Thursday was a fairly large day. So overall, extremely bullish on the week, right? So let's take a look at some of the movers and shakers from last week. So we had, let's bring that one up for us. We had Amazon was a huge mover. Baidu, Booking, Google, and Tesla. So if we go into the charts, and let's start off first with Amazon. Guys, we are up about $15,000 with just 4 contracts on Amazon. Now, one of the contracts is still open. This is just what it's worth right now as it stands. If we were to close out our last position right now, we only bought 4. You can see back here on Amazon in yellow, number of contracts, 4. We bought 4 contracts. We were bullish. We entered that trade on July 5th. Here we're talking about the 13th. So a little bit more than a week, and we're up over $15,000, but we're not done yet. We still have an open contract. This position on Amazon could easily run up to that 1,860 level, easily get up to that next level. I don't see it being an issue at all. It could make it up there. In 2 or 3 days, no less, it has the ability to get up there. Now, they do have earnings coming out, so we will be out of this position before earnings closes. But guys, 15 grand, 4 contracts. If you are not checking out what we're doing in Power Option Plays, you need to do so, right? I'll put a link to it down below. Next one after Amazon was Baidu. Right? Baidu had a great gap up, pull back to the moving averages, and a nice run. Also have earnings coming up soon, so keep your eyes out for Baidu. Booking was another one, right? Nice mover last week, all bearish. We're going to talk about this one today as a potential bearish trade for next week. Google was another. Look at the move on Google. I think it's about a $50 move or so was the overall on Google, somewhere around there. We closed up at 55 and we're up at 1205. Yep, $50. Great move. Also, earnings coming up over the next couple of days, so be a little cautious on that one. But these, again, were hot movers from last week. And Tesla, we had a nice gap up on Tesla and a good roll back over again on Tesla. All right? So once again, always watch out for earnings as they lie, that you're not getting yourself in trouble and being in a trade that you don't belong in. Now, the upcoming economic reports that we have, Monday, 8:30 a.m., we've got, and all U.S. I'm giving you, core retail sales and just retail sales. Same report, they just break them out separately. Tuesday at 10 o'clock, Fed Powell testifies. That could be a big testifier. We don't know a lot about this guy yet. We don't have a real good track history of him speaking. So his testimony could be something that, will be something that traders are looking at for what information will he leak. Are there telltale signs of where he's going with things and so forth. Wednesday, busier day. Although not unimportant as well, we have on the 8:30 report of building reports. Sorry about that. 10 a.m. we're back to Fed Chairman Powell testifies, and then 10:30 a.m. we have the crude inventories. All right, so keep your eyes open for that crude inventory. Remember, I like to trade that utilizing the CL. Right, we get into a trade where we strangle it. We trade both sides of the market. You can learn more about that trade and how we do that in the E-mini think tank, which we do at night. So those of you that can't trade during the day, we actually trade the live markets at night. It's fantastic. From there, guys, here are just some of the earnings candidates. Alcoa has earnings coming out this week. They are the unofficial earnings announcement company, meaning the start of earnings. So we've got a couple in there. Make sure you check out the newsletter. We'll have some other ones in there as well for you. And then we've got some hot stocks to watch for this week. Booking, CMG, which is Chipotle, Facebook, and Google. So let's go take a quick look at those. So Booking was the very first one. Guys, we pushed down to that 2032. If we can break that, 2000 and 1972 are the next two downside targets. Very doable, especially the 2000s since we've been there within the last month. CMG, Chipotle Mexican Grill, guys, we're sitting near our 8 EMA. If the market continues to bolster to the upside, look at that 467 and then the 486 level as our upside target. For Facebook, if we break above the 208 level, look for that continuation. The question is to where? We're looking at about 214 and 220. And if some of you are wondering about these magic trend lines that are on the screen and how do we get these and how do we apply them, guys, come and check out what we do in the free class every week on Power Hour, each and every Monday, including this Monday, this upcoming Monday. Come and check it out. You'll learn more about what they are, their Fibonacci levels, how they work, how I utilize them, the ones that I've created and developed, because that is not standard what you're looking at. Those are things that I have tested through the years. In my 20 plus years as a trader and coach, I have tested out and determined the best levels to use. So come on in to that free class and you'll see a little more about how we do it. And then Google, small pullback on Google to that 1200 level, and a bounce gives us a great opportunity to move up. And we're looking at about 1237. It's a little hard to see, the numbers are all the way to the left there, and then 1253 from there. All right, fantastic. Hope you guys are enjoying these stocks and these picks here.
I hope this update was helpful, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And actually, if you want more insights like this, you could just go over to wealthbuildershq.com. I'll post a link to it below. Now, the question of the day is, what stocks are you going to be looking at for next week? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. So thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, Wealth Builders HQ is bringing you the best tips and tools for building sustainable wealth in the stock market. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Take care, folks.